Hi everyone, my name is Fidel and today on World Food Day, I want to talk about a global issue that affects millions of people, hunger. Every year, World Food Day is observed to raise awareness about the fight against hunger and malnutrition. It's a day to remind ourselves that food, which we often take for granted, is a basic human right. But sadly, millions of people around the world still struggle to access enough nutritious food to survive. The theme of this year's World Food Day focuses on building sustainable food systems. It emphasizes that while we produce enough food to feed everyone, millions are still hungry. The problem lies in how food is distributed, how it's accessed, and how it's produced. By working together, whether as individuals, organizations, or governments, we can create a system where no one has to worry about where their next meal is coming from. Hunger affects over 800 million people globally. That's about 1 in every 9 people. While some of us may go few hours without food and feel uncomfortable, millions live with that feeling of emptiness and weakness every day. Food insecurity, the lack of reliable access to nutritious food, is a harsh reality for these people. This is more than just skipping meals, it's a struggle for survival. One of the main reasons hunger exists on such a large scale is poverty. When people don't have enough money to buy food, they go hungry. But hunger isn't just caused by a lack of money. Many face hunger due to natural disasters, conflict, or being forced to leave their homes, making it difficult to grow food or find work. Climate change is also a big part of the problem. Changing weather patterns like floods, droughts, or extreme temperatures have made farming hard in many parts of the world. Farmers can't grow enough food to support their families or communities, which leads to widespread hunger. But let's not just think about hunger as something that happens far away from us. Hunger can affect people in all walks of life and in all parts of the world. Some people may live in places where food is available, but they simply can't afford to buy it. Others may live in regions where there is no access to food at all, or where the land has been too damaged by climate change or poor farming practices to grow anything. Hunger affects men, women, and especially children and its effects can last for generations if we don't address it properly. One of the most heartbreaking consequences of hunger is how it affects children. Children need food not just to grow but to develop mentally and physically. Without proper nutrition, children can suffer from stunted growth and cognitive development issues, making it hard for them to concentrate in school or fully participate in daily life. Malnutrition, the lack of proper nutrients, can lead to serious health problems and sometimes even death, even if it continues over a long period. When kids don't get enough food, it's not just about feeling hungry, it can affect their entire future. Children who are malnourished are more likely to get sick, miss school, and grow up without the strength they need to support themselves as adults. Imagine the challenge of trying to focus on schoolwork or even play with friends when your body is weak from hunger. The effects of hunger on children ripple out into entire communities because when children are malnourished, their future prospects are limited. This creates a cycle where hunger, poverty, and lack of education continue to affect generation after generation. Hunger also has a huge impact on adults. Adults who are hungry often lack the energy and strength to work. This prevents them from earning money to buy food or support their families, trapping them in a cycle of poverty. It becomes a vicious cycle. Hunger leads to weakness, which leads to a lack of work, which then leads back to hunger. Breaking this cycle is essential if we are to create a world where everyone has enough to eat and the opportunity to improve their lives. But here is the good news, hunger is a problem we can solve. Around the world, organizations are working hard to fight hunger. These groups provide immediate food aid to those who are suffering, but they also work on long-term solutions. They teach communities how to grow crops efficiently, how to store food properly, and how to manage resources better. Some organizations are working to improve food distribution systems so that food can get to the people who need it most. There are things that we as individuals can do as well. One of the simplest way is to make a difference is by supporting organizations that are fighting hunger. You don't have to make a huge donation. Even small contributions can add up and make a significant impact. Volunteering at local food banks or community kitchens is another way to help. These places often rely on volunteers to sort, pack, and distribute food to those in need. Another important action we can all take is reducing food waste. Did you know that about one third of all the food produced globally goes to waste? That's a staggering amount. When we waste food, we are not only throwing away something valuable, but we are also wasting the resources that went into producing it: water, land, and energy. By being more mindful about how much food we buy, cook, and throw away, we can help make sure more food reaches the people who need it. World Food Day is not just a reminder of the challenges we face, but also a call to action. By raising awareness, spreading knowledge, and working together, we can make a difference in the fight against hunger. Each of us has a role to play, no matter how small. Whether it's cutting down on food waste, donating to organizations that provides meal to hunger, or simply talking to others about this issue, every action counts. Let's not forget that while hunger is a global issue, it's also a human issue. Behind every statistic is a real person, a child, a mother, a father who is struggling. They are not just numbers, they are people who deserve the same basic rights that many of us enjoy. One of those rights is access to enough food to live a healthy, fulfilling life. On this World Food Day, let's remind ourselves of our shared humanity and commit to doing what we can help end hunger. Hunger may seem like an overwhelming challenge, but it's not impossible to solve. Governments, organizations, communities, and individuals must work together if we are to make a lasting impact. By taking small steps, sharing resources, and focusing on long term solutions, we can create a future where no one has to go to bed hungry. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, there are people in the world so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of bread. This quote reminds us of the simple yet profound truth that food is essential not just for our bodies but for our dignity and